Hey, what's up, people? Thanks for checking out my channel. I'm gonna go ahead and give you 3 reasons why a Kawasaki Ninja 650 may not be the right choice for you. Now, this here is a Kawasaki Ninja 650, my bike, my main ride. And yeah, let's go over it, guys. Let's get right to it. One of the main reasons is the sound. This bike has a parallel twin engine. Unlike a true super sport, you're not gonna get the sound of a true super sport. You're gonna get basically a parallel twin sound, which some people equate it to either a sewing machine or a lawnmower. Alright, now, yes, with the stock exhaust, it sounds a lot quieter, but I got the Yoshimura Alpha exhaust, which makes it sound better in my opinion, but still it's not going to be a inline 4 like a Suzuki GSXR. You know, you're not gonna get that beautiful cool sound. It's still gonna sound cool, but if it's not your thing, I would not get a Kawasaki Ninja 650. Some people hate the sound of parallel twins. You decide. I'll go ahead and turn it on. There it is. So the exhaust aftermarket gives that nice low rumble. There it is, guys. That's the sound of a parallel twin. There it is, guys. That's the sound of a parallel twin with a Yoshimura Alpha exhaust. Now, me personally, I'm alright with it. A lot of people hate it, don't like it, prefer inline 4. Now, obviously, I prefer inline 4, you know what I mean? But the sound of it. But you know what? This ain't bad at all, dude. I love this too. I mean, it's a personal preference, but yeah, it's totally up to the user. But if you don't like the parallel twin sound, this bike 100% not for you. Let's go. Rolling. That's the sound of the good old parallel twin singing. Yeah. Well, let's get down right to it. The first reason you should not get a Kawasaki Ninja 650 is if you want a true sports bike, right? True sports bike, super sports, the Ninja 650, it is not. It's more like a cross between a sport bike and a cruiser or a touring bike. So what does that mean? Well, basically, it's not really built for the track. Okay, it's built more for street riding. Although you can use it at the track, it's not really the optimal bike that you want to go with if that's your thing. Okay, so with this particular bike, the 650, it's good at road riding on the road, like a street ride, just a regular street bike. Also, it's good. You can use it at the track, but like I said, it's not gonna be the best one for the racetrack. That's not what it's meant for. For one, the top speed on the Ninja 650 is about 130 miles per hour. Okay. On the Super Sport, let's say for example the GSXR 750, the top speed on that one I believe is around 175 miles per hour. So that alone, if you're looking for top speed on a bike, and we're talking just stock right now, of course, just from the factory, you're not going to get that performance that you get from a Super Sport. Okay. Nice big truck there. California fire truck, I think, or forestry truck, the green ones. Alright, so yeah, I am in California, Southern California, specifically in Ventura County. Just riding along here in my back roads where I live. Yeah, so it's not a true Super Sport, the Ninja 650. The gear ratios, the brakes, you know what I mean, the suspension, it's not really built for the racetrack, you know. So this is not the bike for you if you want to go to the racetrack and do that mostly or exclusively. There are better options out there if that's your thing, you know. Let's talk about the suspension. So real simple, on the Kawasaki Ninja 650, some people complain that the suspension is too soft, all right, or too soggy, but that is by design, because for example, on a Super Sport, you got a stiffer suspension, and that's useful if you're on the racetrack racing and you got a manicured, pristine racetrack with no potholes, things like that, you know what I mean, and your suspension is gonna be real firm, and it's gonna make your bike like really stick to the ground, especially in those corners, because you got the bike being pushed down by the suspension real firmly, so it's more of a, you're gripping the road better, but again, it's only if you have a perfect road, no potholes, or aberrations in the road. The problem is, that with a suspension like a GSXR, and if it's tuned for the racetrack, got the firm suspension, that's not your best scenario for regular street riding. Because let's be realistic, on a real road, an American road, it's not gonna be necessarily perfect. Now the road I'm on right now, actually I think they just paved it, looks pretty nice, to be honest. But it's not uncommon to see a lot of roads that are less than perfect. Something like that, you don't necessarily want a firm suspension, because it's not going to be able to adapt like a softer suspension, like on, for example, the Ninja 650, which is designed more for the street. Okay, so like that guy in front of me, I think he's on a Harley, not sure though, definitely a cruiser though. Gotta get him a space, don't want to crowd him too much. So the suspension is a thing if you're going to be doing mostly race or 100% race at the racetrack, racing at the racetrack, then the Ninja 650 is not for you, I would say. Do not get a 650, that's your main thing. You need a Super Sport. Okay, now if you're just going to be doing street riding mostly, and maybe the occasional race day, I mean, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? That's what the bike is for. Okay, you're not limiting yourself to going to the racetrack. It's not optimal for the racetrack. Let's just say that. Okay, so it's not a Super Sport. It's not trying to be a Super Sport. It is what it is. It's like you got the best of both worlds, sports bike and a tourer, where you can do long rides, hundreds of miles, hours on end, and you're just not going to feel, the fatigue that you would on a, let's say a Gixxer, 750 or whatnot. I had a Gixxer 750, and let me tell you, the seating position is very aggressive, right? Which brings me to my next point, the riding position. So on this bike, we have what's called an upright position. I'm basically just sitting up, sitting like in a normal chair. Like this dude in front of me on this cruiser, he's just sitting up, he's not crouched down, anything weird, full tuck or whatnot. You can do a full tuck on this bike. You can do a tuck, not about full tuck, you could do that, but it's not like on a Gixxer where you have to be in the crouched down position at all times, because that's just the ergonomics of the bike. Ooh, I put my brights on for some weird reason. Okay. So this is a relaxed riding position. I'm just sitting like on a normal chair right now. It's not really anything crazy, So it's a very relaxed. Now some people, they hate the relaxed position. They like the aggressive posture, you know what I mean? Which I don't blame them, it looks cool, and I guess it feels cool. Especially if you grew up, and you're used to the super sports. Yeah, then definitely you want to, you're going to have that muscle memory, of crouch down, you know what I mean? Crouch down like this. So that's going to be what you're used to, so you may not want to get something more upright, which is, feels foreign to you, but on this bike, it's a regular riding position, very relaxed. I mean, you could do this all day, no back pain. If you're older type of person, and got maybe back problems or whatnot, this is going to be real easy on you. The Ninja 650, it's just like riding a cruiser like that dude in front of us. It's not like anything, your body's not all up in the pretzel. So that's another reason. Okay, so if you're a fan of the crouch down position, and that's how you want to be riding all the time, and you feel more secure and more comfortable, some people do in that position, then definitely the Ninja 650 is not for you. Okay, this is more of a sport tour. So that's definitely something to consider if you're looking to get a Kawasaki Ninja 650. Keep that in mind. And of course, the sound. This is a parallel twin engine, so you're talking about a whole different ball game when it comes to like a super sports, which are typically what the four-cylinder inline. This is only 2 cylinders. You're gonna get a whole different sound from the engine, yeah, personally, me, and like I think most people, I don't know, would prefer the sound of a parallel twin. It just sounds so cool. It's like a race bike, It has that nice, and it's a lot smoother. It just sounds, it sounds bad, you know what I mean? But on a parallel twin, you're not gonna get that kind of sound. Even with the aftermarket exhaust, which I have right now, Alphamura, Yoshi. No, it's not Alphamura. It's a Yoshimura. Alphamura. I just made my own brand. Okay. Yeah, it's a Yoshimura. Great sounding muffler, and I love it. But it's still not going to give you the sound that that you're looking for. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see if I can pass this guy. That's power, baby. Power, baby. So, to get the sound of a parallel twin with Kawasaki Ninja 650, that's what you're gonna get. Even if you put the aftermarket exhaust, which I think sounds very cool, very nice, but you're not gonna hit those tones, man. Like you're not gonna hit those notes that you do with a Super Sport. And so if that's what you want, don't get a Kawasaki Ninja 650, because you'll never ever be able to get the sound of an inline 4 with the Kawasaki Ninja. So bear that in mind, folks. Bear it in mind. What a beautiful day today is, people. Got the sun shining. I got my fellow rider up here. I mean, I don't know him, but we're riding together right now. Yeah, it was what brings people together sometimes, you know, the community feel. I just feel like I got a buddy out here, even though I've never met him, never seen him. But I'm sure if I were to, you know, break down or something, you know, he'd probably help me out, you know. Who knows? Maybe not. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your support. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And until next time, y'all stay safe out there. Later. How you doing? Nice riding over there. Huh? Nice riding. Beautiful out there. Oh my God. It's one of my favorite places. Yeah. Oh yeah, one more. Okay. Nice, yeah. Nice bike. Oh, that's beautiful. You've had it long? Yeah, I love the screen on that thing. The screen. Oh yeah. Alright, take it easy, bro.